Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Barely Bookish podcast. Today, we are continuing on with the vampire Lestat, and once again, I am joined by Candace.
Hi.
I can't keep starting this by saying, wow, juicy. But, like, what's a girl to do when a steak is put in front of her?
Honestly, I mean, especially a mouth-watering steak.
Truly.
One that
truly.
sizzles so seductively.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, lobster too buttery, I guess.
FYI, small detour at the start of our
Mm-hmm.
talk. As some of you may know, and as Rachel, you definitely know, I'm on a podcast called Three Black Halflings. That is a nerdy podcast all about intersectionality, blurred life, all that stuff. And we have a variety of different kinds of people that come on the show. Lots of different kinds of people listen to us. And one of the other cast members, Liv, is obsessed with Twilight. Like Twilight is like her book, her series. She grew up on that shit, right? And so we make a lot of references to it to tease Liv.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our fans wrote on Patreon, "Ugh, I'm so tired of hearing about Twilight. I hate Twilight. Don't you understand there's other vampire books out there that people like really identify with that like shaped their youths? Because like Anne Rice, hello, like you guys have never talked about Anne Rice. You guys have never talked about Interview with the Vampire. There's a whole movie and a show where like the main character is black, and like that has everything to do with your show because you guys talk about black issues. Why haven't you talked about Interview with the Vampire?" And I was like, oh man, this person does not realize that I am on an entire whole ass show about Interview with the Vampire and Vampire Lestat. Like, whole ass show. So we commented underneath, hey, if you want to know what Candace thinks about Interview with the Vampire, you should definitely listen to Barely Bookish, and then put a link to your podcast. Well, hello, 3BH fan, if you're here to listen to me talk about Vampire Lestat. Thank you so much for being here. And for calling me out on my bullshit. I should talk more about Anne Rice, but I also really enjoyed talking about it with Rachel, which is why I prefer to just chat about it here. But maybe now I'll also be like, hey, let's talk about Barely Bookish again. I talked about you on 3BH as well. I was like, my friend Rachel and I, we chit chat. If you want to hear really fantastic content, go over to Barely Bookish. So don't be surprised if you have people that are from 3BH here now. But yeah, it was really funny. I was like, I don't think that you understand how much Anne Rice means to me. There is an actual whole like multiple episode, multi-season arc on Barely Bookish about this very subject, ma'am. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
We're like on episode 13. We still have like half the book left, I think.
Genuinely, because there's so much to say.
Yeah.
I truly believe Anne Rice is somewhere in the underworld. Like, that's good shit.
Yeah.
Excellent job, guys.
I just want Anne Rice to be like, and you match my freak.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah, girl.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Love it. Love it. And welcome, Three Black Halfling fans.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi. Oh my god. I love the idea that you're like, okay, to sum up the 13 episodes that I just talked deep dive into the Vampire Lestat here for your 15-minute spiel that you'll allow me.
Genuinely. I was like, I don't even know what you want. Like, we can have throwaway sentences about Twilight because it is so unserious, but like, I don't know that I have throwaway comments about anything that Anne Rice has ever written. I don't think I have anything that I'm just like,
Yeah.
Don't have a lot to say about it. Like, I feel like that's not accurate at all to the work that she's made.
All I'm imagining is that they're like, yeah, and then my skin sparkled like Edward, and then you're like, and then I pulled out the serial killer doe eyes of Armand to lure you into the trap of being comforting and being and I've never been a protector. And then the second I lure you in, I switch to the serial killer breaking the mask moment, and then they're like, that's a little too much of a throwaway line. I feel like, yeah, I think I get it. I get what you're doing. But I said sparkle, and now you've gone into detailed synopsis of Armand as a character.
Literally. Like, I'm over here, like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm in Renesmee, right? Am I right? Wasn't that weird with like Jacob and Renesmee? That was so bananas. And I'm like, you want to talk about Jacob and Renesmee? Hold my beer. Why don't we talk about this 5-year-old lover, mother, daughter, and friend that Louis has? 5 years old.
Yep.
My lover. What?
Or
Or
do we want to talk about Lestat's Oedipus complex?
Hello. But sure. Yeah. It's the same. Totally the same.
Stephenie Meyer's a freak, okay? Like, what? Sure, 100%.
Just like Please, ma'am, just hold for a second. I have a whole other show for you to listen to that
So
will delight you. Okay.
I have a great time with Twilight. Okay, no problems. I'm not yucking Twilight. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it
Same.
is giving vanilla writes dark romance. You know? Okay,
That
all right,
right
all right.
there.
That, whatever. I
That right
just
there. It needed to be said. Don't
it needed to
apologize.
be said. It needed to be said.
Somebody had to say it. That's
Somebody
exactly
has
it.
it.
But then also not vanilla because weird love triangle, and now suddenly you're dating their daughter, but like you're gonna watch her grow up and then fuck her. Like, I don't know, man.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't know.
It's the Mormonism. Okay,
You know what
it's
I'm
the
saying?
Mormonism.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're waiting for her to turn 18 so you guys can get married.
Mm,
Okay. Well, I'm glad you trust him with your daughter. Like,
yeah, I'd be like, get 15 feet away
what the
at all times.
if you guys are bonded, cool. Come back in 18 years, right?
Yeah,
Come
go on
back,
a
go
Jacob
away, and
soul
then come
search.
back. Yes, do some real thinking.
Go
And if
into
at the
those.
end of your pilgrimage through the mountains, if you go through the Alps and you get to
Mhm,
the end of those mountains, right? You
mhm.
climb Kilimanjaro and you're like, you know what? Actually, I think it is a good idea for me to be in a relationship with this kid I held as a baby. Fine, come back. We can talk about it. I'm still going to
Yeah,
look at you funny, but at least it won't have been a snap decision. But no, you're going to be in my house raising her because you guys are so bonded. And then one day she'll be your child bride. Get out of my home. You are
no,
not safe. We are not
no.
safe. None of this is safe. I don't know how she got away with that, man. I don't know how she got away with that. Like, I feel like if she tried publishing that in 2025, they'd be
No.
like, child trafficking, right? They would never be
Literally.
cool with that today. But anyway, I digress. I digress.
It's like watching the movies that came out in the 80s. You're like, there's no fucking way we could get
No,
this like out right now.
no, 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 no. Definitely
No
not.
fucking way.
Yeah, weird science. There's titties in that movie, and the boys are both under 18. Definitely not happening today. No.
It's like the book It.
Yeah,
No.
the whole Beverly. No.
No.
Nope. None of
Nope.
it. No. Put it all
None of
directly in
that.
the garbage.
Correct. Correct. All right. Back on topic, people.
Yes, we're locked in.
Locked in. No more child brides for us,
No,
okay?
no. Only wife brides now.
Yeah, only mom brides.
Mom wife
Mom
brides.
wife.
Yep. Mother lovers now.
Put that on a t-shirt. MILF? No. Mother lover?
Yes.
Oh my god. So then we are on chapter 6. Lestat the next morning tells his mother everything and it's like, we gotta get the fuck out of Paris, which is the
Mhm.
most rational decision Lestat has ever made.
Yeah.
Gabrielle's like, but I want answers. Gabrielle, lock in.
I mean, she was also very open to him being like, bruh, it makes me sad I can't hear you. Like,
Yeah.
we've been silent. I know you're talking to Nicki this whole time. Like, I know you're talking to fucking Armand. I know you're talking to, like, literally any and everybody else you can talk to, except for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad to, like, know that, like, she can hear all of these people and not communicate that to him. Like, she's not even being a
Yeah.
translator. And she's, like,
Yeah.
surprisingly cool about it. She's like, oh, yeah, I know it's probably lonely. I'm sorry, buddy. Very, like, head pat.
Like, I'm imagining though, it's like, okay, so imagine you're a vampire and you're like, the most intimate connection you can ever have is like this mind meld situation with your partner, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, do you like have your bestie vampire? You're like, hey, I need you to sire my soon to be husband. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so like, is that just something that like every couple centuries, like you have to go to your bestie and be like, hey, can you sire this the love of my life? And they're like, I sired the last love of your life. And you're like, well, it did last a lifetime.
Yeah.
Remember that was 500 years ago. We don't talk about Geralt. Okay. I thought you would do this for me as my friend.
I mean,
And
this
then
one's different, obviously.
obviously. But I'm just imagining that's like every like 5 to 600 years you got to go to your bestie and like call them up and you're like, I promise this is the last time I'm ever going to ask. This time it's forever. Forever. And they're like, do you know how many of your fucking exes are just like rotting around in my brain? Like,
Oh my
I've
god.
hired slayers to kill them because I'm so over it.
Dude. I feel like people need more support in this universe here that are dealing with fucking Lestat especially, but any
Yeah.
vampire, right? Like, it just I really like the characterization that Rice gives vampires that, like, even though they are long-lived, they're still petty as fuck. Like, they
Mhm.
haven't had like, they don't take the time to, like, actually, like, move beyond it, right? They're
Mhm.
still like, "Nah, I'm just gonna do it because it's fun," right? "I'm just gonna do it because 'cause I'm feeling upset, and I'm hurt, and I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about anybody but myself," right? Like, a century of life, and they're like, fuck them."
Iconic, honestly.
Genuinely.
I mean, I'm not gonna be. I mean, once you get to the point where you're like, okay, my morals are out the window. I've been alive too long. Like, you just get petty. Like, I
Mm,
don't. I don't think there's ever a time where it's like, okay, I've been alive 250 years. Like, I'm not. I'm rising above.
mhm,
Fuck no. You're like,
no,
I've been alive 250 years. I need a little taste of something. A little
that.
taste of drama in my life. Like, I
Yep,
need something happening.
some spice.
A little spice of life. A little petty bullshit, if
Yeah,
you will. So, Gabrielle's like, let's stick together, go into Paris, get Nick, then we'll go on the Devil's Road. It'll be great.
mhm,
So, Lestat's like, okay, cool, whatever. So, they go into town, and he's absolutely shocked at how quickly Roger's like, oh, yeah, sure. Like, your mom just wanted to go into a nursing home? Fine, cool, yeah. Like, he's like, you didn't see the pile of blood on the floor, the fact that we left out of a window,
I
like,
mean,
you didn't.
Roger's like, "There are extreme circumstances, buddy. It got real scary there for a second. I'm sure you were probably frightened too." And he's like, "I mean, what do you think happened to my mom? I mean, I imagine you probably moved her because she was so uncomfortable. You're a strong and strapping young man. So, obviously you would have leapt from a second floor window with her in your arms, gotten on a horse, and taken her across town. That totally checks out to me."
Yeah.
Lestat's like, "Also, you don't have to realize that that supernatural walks among you." I
Mhm.
mean, yeah,
Yeah, sure. Okay,
try
whatever.
not to break my brain. Anyway, how much money do you have?
I love that, like, Roger's like, you know what? I can act pretty dumb, and I think Lestat would believe that I'm stupid. And he'll just keep paying me. So I'm
Yep.
gonna keep doing that. Cause I listen, that is my favorite thing to whip out is like if I get pulled over, oh, I'm a bimbo. I don't know, a goddamn thing. I got pulled
Turn
over and
signals?
what?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like my headlights out? Which one?
How
I'm
do I
supposed to
fix
fix
it?
that? Oh, that's so crazy. I had no idea.
Roger's like,
Dumb.
"I'm feeling this. I love
Yeah.
this." And
Yeah.
Lestat's like, "This is so boring." I'm like, "What do you expect?"
Literally. So yeah, Lestat told Roger that his mother demanded she be taken to a covenant to pass away. So that's where she's at. And
Mhm.
meanwhile, his mother's like on the first floor, like around the corner. So then Lestat tasks Roger with getting them transportation to Italy because he's like,
Mhm.
we need to get the fuck out of here expeditiously.
Yeah.
And then he also tells Roger to hold the theater and take care of it and basically like don't sell it.
Mhm.
So then Lestat's like, all right, business handled, coming down the steps, and Nicki's gone. And his mom's like, I literally couldn't tell you where he went. I looked around once and I turned back and he was gone.
Mhm.
So Gabrielle starts listening to Nicki's mind, and all he's thinking about is the fire and the theater. So they decide to go check out the theater and be like, is this dude here?
Yeah.
Which,
And Lestat finally admits that he loves Nicki, like loves him.
yeah.
Like finally.
Tea.
As though
Tea.
everybody and their mom didn't already fucking know.
Literally.
Gabrielle's like, "Why are you telling me this?" Obviously. Shut up. We have things to do.
Mm-hmm. 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 So Nicky's sitting in his old seat in the orchestra pit. Lestat's like, okay, I guess I'll go find you your violin. See if
Mm.
that'll like get you out of the stupor. Which like
Mhm.
it's crazy to me that like Nicky is both catatonic but also like driven. Like
Mhm.
he's like Lestat looks away and he's suddenly a functional person. But like the second
Mhm.
Lestat's looking at him, he's like, oh, woe is me.
Despair, despair. Yeah. Yeah,
Horror,
fully
despair.
fully wondering myself, like, so nobody's gonna call him out on his bullshit? Nobody's gonna
Literally.
ask this man, like, what his deal is? Like, are any of you gonna be like, "Hi, is this fakesies? Is this fakesies
Yeah.
you're doing right now?" Like, no one's gonna say anything. We're just gonna treat this like
Yeah.
ennui. I mean, okay, I guess that's very
Uh-huh.
French. I don't know.
Literally. So Lestat ends up breaking open the door to the dressing room that he shared with Nicki, and exactly as he left it, completely untouched. Like he's like, was Nicki even in here? Like, what is
Mm,
happening? And then he finds the fancy violin that he bought Nicki, and then brings it back out to him, puts it in his arms, kisses his cheek, and tells him to play.
mhm.
So then Nicki starts playing, blood sweating the whole time. The music's fully flowing through the room and going absolutely crazy. Um, It's driving Lestat and Gabrielle crazy, and it seems to have summoned the other vampires too that
Yep.
Lestat said could stay there.
Yep. But, like, before he even picks up his instrument, Nikki gets back on his same bullshit about, like, the
Mhm.
devil's instrument and devil's music and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is interesting because there's a little bit of this with Gabrielle, like, when Gabrielle turns,
Mhm.
but it's kind of more of a rejection than an acceptance. But, like,
Mhm.
in life, Nikki spent a lot of time talking about the devil, right? Like, and like the role of wickedness. And it very much felt like it was in conversation with Lestat when like they were talking about loving each other, right? It felt very much like a reaction to the energy between the two of them and how much each other like wanted and desired the other man, right?
Mhm.
Like I feel like when we were reading Nikki's kind of feelings about the role of the devil in his life and on Earth, right? It felt like
Mhm.
he was trying to outpace the devil. It felt like he wanted to be religious. It felt like he wanted to devote himself, but had issues doing so. But now this feels like a weird acceptance of the devil because he is of the devil. Like that's like the vibe.
Mhm.
Like as he's playing and he's kind of expressing himself, and like as the other vampires are coming, I'm like, this feels like self acceptance, but in like the most toxic way possible.
Yeah.
Right? Like it feels like someone's like, excellent, permission to be my worst. Right?
Yeah.
My worst self. Like that's
Literally.
like the vibe that I got from this scene. I don't know. Like, did you get that too? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, where
Yeah.
it feels like he's
That's
sick or something, like he's bad.
mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. He went immediately evil.
Yeah. Yeah, almost gleefully so.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah. I was like, I don't it so and then it like begs the question, it's like it's kind of that thing where it's like, does power actually corrupt, or have you always been corrupted and not just been able to act on it? Like,
That. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. It feels like power does corrupt some people because they're
Mhm.
trying to do the right thing. And sometimes, in order to do the right thing, when you have a lot of power, you have to make deals with people who are more powerful than you that are going to be bad. And then
Mhm.
that's how you get corrupted, right? Is like
Mhm.
opening the door to that. I actually just watched an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine that was really beautiful about that very same thing, right? About
Mhm.
what happens when you need something that is a good thing and the person who can help you get it is a bad person and now you're
Mhm.
indebted to a bad person. Technically that means you're corrupt, right? You've been
Yeah.
corrupted. But like in this case it very much feels like what you're saying, which is he already had these tendencies, which is probably why he was so sensitive to it from jump, like when he was
Mhm.
mortal, because he
Mhm.
knew that he had those tendencies inside of him and was fighting them, and religion gave him a reason and a method, right? It gave him a tool
Yeah.
set to fight. But
Yeah.
then you like page over to post death Nikki, and those training wheels are gone, right? Those blocks, those roadblocks and those guardrails are
Mhm.
dust, right? They're ephemera now. And he's
Mhm.
taking full advantage of who he is, which like is his right, but also is evil. Is mad evil.
Yeah.
And I do like that the other vampires came out like inspired though. That was very charming because they're all like
Mhm.
costumed, they all dressed up and everything, and they're all like ready
Yeah.
to get to work, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, you guys, this is not what you think it's gonna be. I'm just saying, I don't
Yeah.
think this is gonna be how you think it's gonna. It's not gonna go how you want with this
Mm-mm.
guy.
Mm-mm.
Lestat
And
is
they
wily. This guy is straight up a problem.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Little Armand 2.0. Like not well, not really 2.0. I feel like he's a lesser Armand.
Yes. Which arguably makes him more dangerous because Armand at
Yeah.
least understands the depth of his power, whereas this
Mhm.
person doesn't even seem interested in finding that. He just wants to wield it.
Yeah.
And that's very dangerous when someone knows they have power, but they don't want to take the time to understand it. Fuck that.
Yeah. Like he's slicing bread with a sword.
Yes. Great analogy. Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. Been a little into swords again recently. I do have a training sword I've been wanting to bust out.
I
So
think you should. That's awesome.
that's what I'm saying. We were talking with my friends, all of us getting swords and then going and sword battling in my backyard.
You should. And then you
I
should start a
know.
LARP.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. Also, the vampires started dancing like marionettes, which I just thought was an interesting note I had to add in there.
I agree. And it also kind of informs the costume they put Claudia in the movie. Like in the
Mm-hmm.
show, rather.
Mm-hmm.
They make her very doll-like.
I'm going to be very interested to see what they take out of this book and what they already used.
Same. Because there's a lot that they've used in the second
Mm-hmm.
season of Interview with the Vampire, for sure.
Yeah. I just want to know like what the vibe's going to look like cuz I mean, we're still in the past with Lestat right now. We haven't even gotten up to Rocker yet.
Right. I have one thing that, like, I guess is a spoiler,
Oh,
but I don't think is actually a spoiler because it's in the show. It's not from the
okay.
book.
Oh, okay.
Um, but Nicki.
Mhm.
So I think we see Nicki as an agent of the Talamasca.
Do we?
I'm pretty sure there's a scene where we see him and he's like getting a call. I don't know if it's in Interview with the Vampire or if it's in the Mayfair Witches.
Mm.
But I feel like Nicolas de l'Enfant is a character in the Immortal universe that they're building
Mhm.
right now. I'm pretty sure he's already a character, like someone already plays him.
Interesting.
I'll have to
Well,
look
cuz
that up for next time, but
yeah, we saw him walking with Lestat.
mhm.
We saw his little box. 'Cause his name was on a box, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. But I did not note the character well enough. I do feel like I will do a rewatch though before the next season comes out.
agree.
Do we have a release date yet? Do you know?
I think it's early 2026. Let me look it up.
Okay.
2026.
Okay.
But I don't think that
Fingers
they've
crossed.
said a date.
Okay. Well, we don't have that many months to wait, which is
No.
crazy.
We're coming up on that time.
I know. We're like really speed
Mhm.
running this year.
Ooh,
Hmm.
sorry. Now I'm seeing people like doing like murder boards on who's gonna be who's next season, who's not, etc., etc. Um, yeah. So in the Vampire Chronicles, he's played by Joseph Potter. Yeah, I guess not. Because at the trial, he says Nicki died by his own hand with help from Armand.
Hmm.
That's why I just want to know more information about where I am getting him being in the Talamasca. Anyway, don't worry about it, guys. Don't
Like
listen to
maybe
me.
not. Maybe not.
Maybe not. I might be wrong.
So then at the end of the song, Nikki screams, I give you the theater of the vampires. And Nikki's gone full manic, plots out uh the theater of the vampire, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I just stuttered my way through that, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um they decide that they're gonna turn the theater into their religion. And my theory is I think Armand
Mm-hmm.
planted this idea
Okay.
In Nikki. I think that a lot of this has something to do with Armand. I don't think Nikki's fully like capable of coming up with this right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Um, but also part of me is like he's this person that has been kind of wishing for specialness
Mm-hmm.
this whole time, like with his playing of his instrument and everything, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
one of the conversations that he has with Lestat in earlier in the book is about his lack of skill and how he'll never be good, right? He tells Lestat, "I'll never be good. I'm starting too old, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting too late. I'll never be as good as I could have been. Like there's so much like regret and ruing that Nicki did in life. So it makes sense to me that he like brings that energy to being a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's kind of what I feel like is like we're seeing here, like the toppling of that attitude of like now he can do it and he knows he can do it, but like not in a secure way, but in a well, I might as well kind of way, I guess, is like what I'm
Yeah,
getting from it. I don't know. His vibe is so strange to me. I feel like
it is.
it feels like he wanted a power, right? He like
Mm-hmm.
desired something that was going to bring him out of the place that he found himself in,
Yeah.
made him special in some way because he was saying to Lestat like, "Oh, you're so special. Like you're much more special than I am. Like look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're beautiful and I'm not like that, right? I don't have what you have." And he seemed both loving and accepting of Lestat's beauty and difference, but also desirous of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he has it, it's like I don't know, like he's craved that specialness for so long that it's twisted now that it's upon him.
I think so. I think there's also like it's hard because it's like I feel like you kind of pulled the wool over Lestat's eyes a little bit. Like
Yeah.
Lestat's like, "Oh, this is my soft, handsome boyfriend," and
Mhm.
then he's like, "Oh, now I'm a vampire. I got exactly what I wanted. Fuck you, bye. I never cared about you. I never gave a shit. Like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of my life." Like, holy, like he's definitely someone that was like clinging to Lestat to see if Lestat would bring him up with him.
Mhm.
And then I feel like that's why he lost it when Lestat like essentially moved on.
Yeah.
And then Nicki's like, that was my one hope, my one shot, and I didn't make that work out. And
Mhm.
now he's like, oh, okay. Well, you gave me everything I wanted, so get the fuck out of here and bye.
Yeah, I mean, especially after he watches Lestat assault that guy in the theater,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it happens right in front of Nikki's eyes, and Lestat's like, I can never see him again. He's going to judge me. He's going to be afraid of me. He's going to hate me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not so. He is going to envy you.
Yep.
And that's like horrible. I feel like the moment Lestat realizes that, that like crushes him. Like that
Yeah.
breaks his heart because he barely has made peace with being this like creature of the night, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
just barely made peace
Mm-hmm.
with what's been kind of forced upon him. So to watch
Mm-hmm.
someone like revel in it, I'm sure it's probably sickening, especially because he went in there to save Nicki in the first place, right? He like braved all those other
Yeah.
vampires to save this man, right? He thought he was
Mm-hmm.
gonna like at least try to attempt to keep him from this misery that he identifies with within his, you know, his unrest as a vampire. And Nicki's like, oh no, that's my preferred setting, actually. That's what I wanted this whole time. And
Yeah.
also I don't need anything from you. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me you're an asshole without saying you're an asshole, I guess.
Literally. Literally. So then Lestat's like, you know what, fuck you, Nicki. Here's the deed to the theater. And all the weird vampires are like, we're gonna go with him. And Lestat's like, okay, freaks, like whatever. Get the fuck out of my face. Lestat ends up throwing Nicki against the wall with just his mind. And I'm like, sorry, what? Like dude, I'm trying to remember. I'm like, I don't know if we knew he could do that.
It feels like in this moment he's surprised he can do that.
Yeah.
It very much feels like a person who's like, "Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can do that now."
Literally. We're
Yeah.
all like shocked, like
He's
shocked
also like,
Pikachu faces.
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's like,
So Nikki ends up being fully stuck in place against the wall, and he's looking at Lestat with like pure hatred in his eyes because he's realizing that like even though he got exactly what he wanted, Lestat is still better than him.
Mhm. Yep.
So then when Nikki agreed to go to Paris, he thought they wouldn't survive and they weren't supposed to make it and they weren't supposed to thrive. He was like, I was coming here to die. And Lestat's like, why? Like you could have died in the same town we lived in. Like
Literally that. Like literally that. Like
mhm.
I also think that's also it's weird. Like if you treat this like a breakup, which
Mhm.
like it isn't designed to be a breakup.
Yeah.
But if you treat it like a breakup, it's like that
Mhm.
moment where you're talking to someone you spent time with in your life that you cared about, that you've trusted, that you've let in, and you find out that like the experiences you've had with that person are not anything like what they experienced. and you were
Yep.
living completely separate existences and having completely separate understandings of what your relationship meant to you.
Mhm.
Like, that's all I can read in these paragraphs here with
Yeah.
Lestat, right? Is like that sense of exposure,
Mhm.
right? Of somebody that's like, "What are you talking about? Like, I came here to die. What do you mean you came here to die? Like,
Yeah.
you could have done that back home, right? But I mean, I wanted to go. I wanted to be with you. Okay, well, you were with me. Now what? Right? What are you doing with it
Mhm.
now? Like, you're shitting all over the memory of that. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? You know? I
Yeah.
feel like it's such an emotional scene. Like, I don't think it like plays as emotionally as I think Lestat is probably feeling it. Like, he's recounting the story as a memory, but it's
Mhm.
clear from like the language that Rice uses in Lestat's voice that it's sad, right? That it's
Mhm.
rough and brutal. Like, he has been dying for scraps and then hating that he's been dying for Lestat's scraps this entire time. There's always been this thin veneer of resentment. And I think in life, Lestat kind of thought that was guilt, like religious
Mhm.
guilt. But
Mhm.
like now it's revealed that like it's actually just Nicki kind of hating that part of himself.
Yeah, and he hated Lestat the whole fucking time. The
Yeah.
whole time. Like, I mean, I can't imagine like at a breakup finding out that like your partner actually secretly hated you. Like I'd be like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like there's the entirety of Paris. Like you could have went any fucking where.
You could have had anyone else. Could have
Yeah.
broken up the second they got to Paris, right? If
Yeah.
he needed Lestat to get him there, fine. Could have broken up the second. But like I feel like the reason that he didn't was because he knew he could get something from him. He knew that there was
Yep.
something that he was going to do that was going to excite other people and it was going to carve out a spot for himself. So
Hmm.
parasitic.
Awful. Awful.
Mm.
So Lestat ushered them all to Nikki and he leaves the theater. He's like, you guys figure your own shit out. I'm done. I'm out of it. And have fun with the rest of your immortal lives. We do find out Gabrielle goes with him, so that's a good thing at least.
Mhm.
Um, and then Nikki starts harassing Roger because he got to Roger before Lestat did, and he's like, "Lestat gave me the deed. Where's my fucking deed?" Blah 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 blah. Like, and Lestat's like, "Whoa whoa whoa, haven't even gotten there."
Trashed the
Um,
office and everything, like
yeah,
petulant child behavior from
yeah,
Nicki.
literally. And then Nikki also told Roger to let the rest of the troop come home so that
Yeah, he could
Nikki
eat
can be
them.
with them. Probably eat them. Yeah, let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, all the non-vampires, have them come back. Come on back from London, you guys. It's safe here
Yeah.
now. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Mm-mm.
genuinely diabolical,
Truly.
you know? Like he turns into such a fucking monster. And it's like at this point, at this moment, I think for me, I was like, oh, so vampirism kind of turns up the volume on who you are.
Mhm.
Right? Louis was already sad sack before he became a vampire sad sack, right? He
Mhm.
was already that way. He was already too trusting, too gullible, right? He
Mhm.
already felt bad about things other people didn't feel bad about, right? In some ways he was sensitive, right? Like the way that he didn't want to disrespect his slaves, right? Like that proved that he was a sensitive person.
Mhm.
But like the volume just got turned up exponentially after the fact. I think that's why Claudia is so feral because she was a child. So if you're
Mhm.
turning up the volume on what it means to be a child, that's impatience, right?
Mhm.
That's not really understanding the world but still wanting to live in it. Like there's
Mhm.
so many little pieces that go along with Claudia's vampirism. And then when you get to Lestat, he was not he was definitely in some ways selfish, right? He's always
Mhm.
been kind of very much about himself. Even in doing kind things for others, it still came back to woe is me, right? He was very
Mhm.
much like self-pitying in life.
Mhm.
And with Nicki, like this is like a two-pronged thing, right? So like not only is Lestat finding all of these secrets out that Nicki has been keeping from him, but also has to see that reality of who he is through the vampirism, right? Which
Mhm.
only makes him worse. Like it's not even like it would be bad enough if Nicki pulled his mask off as a human and was like, "Yeah, I've secretly always hated you." That would suck.
Mhm.
That would hurt. But like
Yeah.
you're seeing it now unfettered and amplified. Fuck that. Ugh.
And you guys are connected for the rest of your immortal
Yep.
existence.
Yep.
It's like you find out someone hates you and you guys have a kid together. You know what I mean? You're like, what?
Yes.
Why? We didn't have to do
Yes.
that.
Poor choices. Bad times.
Yeah, crazy.
Mm.
Crazy work. So Eleni, one of the random vampires, is like, I'll make sure no harm comes to Roger. And also to Renard and his group. I'll make sure they don't come home. And no actor or actresses will be slain as part of the theater, which I'm like, that's very clever wording.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lestat gave Eleni
Mm-hmm.
control of the theater because he's like, all right, I trust you. And he doesn't give it to Nicki, which is crazy. He just gives it to some rando. But I
That.
mean, it's better than Nicki, I guess. And he's like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, crazy.
For me, I'm like, how does Armand ingratiate himself to these people?
I know.
How do you
I
get back
know.
in the driver's seat? If Eleni is the one who's in charge now,
Mhm.
how does this change hands so that eventually it's your theater when Louis gets there? Like,
Yep.
I'm dying to know.
Me too. Me too. All right, that is all we have for this episode. Next time in 2 weeks, unless you're listening to this in the past, I guess. We're gonna start talking more about Armand, and that's gonna get juicy, like a good
So
steak.
juicy. Oh
So
my
juicy.
god.
We need to find another metaphor, okay? Because we can't keep saying juicy. All of them are juicy.
I mean, it's going to be extra spicy next time. I started reading the
Yeah,
first chapter and I was like, "Oh my god, what?
yeah. See,
Wow, okay."
we're gonna rate it on chili peppers. Okay, that's what we're doing next
There
time.
you go. Yes, chili pepper rating. I can hold with that.
Yeah. So Candace, where can the people of the internet find you and all the stuff you're working on?
You can find me on Blue Sky at the Candace Marie and on well pretty much everywhere else like Instagram and YouTube and such. You can find me at Candace the Magnificent. I am 1/4 of 3 Black Halflings. Please check out our podcast. We do a lot of nerdy talk, a lot of intersectional talk. If you are looking for more perspectives of people of color, that is a good podcast to listen to. If you are looking for really great APs, if you like Critical Role and Dimension 20, it's a great podcast to listen to. We have some cast members from both Critical Role and Dimension 20 on our show. So yeah, please definitely check us out. And then check me out in Bloom and Blight, which is a podcast about magical girls that is actually in a bunch of awards circuits right now, which is really cool.
Ooh.
I'm very impressed by them. And you can find that wherever you catch your pods.
And then also here in 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.